Howdy, folks. How is everybody tonight? Welcome to the Sunday night stream. Hope everybody is doing well. Am I coming through loud and clear? Let's see. Am I coming through loud and clear? Let's see. Am I coming through? I am indeed. I am indeed. How is everybody tonight? Oh, right off the bat, Nico. Thank you for the $10 super chat, my friend. Hey, Piz. Still ring my Godzilla -1 buzz and ready to party with the PWO posse. Oh, man. Thank you very much for that, Nico. I appreciate it. I have not gotten out to see Godzilla -1 yet. Jeremy and I are going to go see it. We were gonna try and go watch it this weekend, but it didn't work out. So I got a feeling, though, it's going to be in the theaters for a while, hopefully. So I've heard only good things. But thank you, Nico. Appreciate that. Let's see, who else have I got with me tonight here? We've got Beyond the Void Horror Podcast. We got Captain Halloween here. We've got El Chewy Gringo. What's up, ma'am? We've got Death Proof. We got Caleb Croft here. What's up, Caleb? We got RJ. What's cracking, RJ? We got Country Shape Media. Usu. Entertainment Wizard is here. Andy Breckenridge. Donald Zakow. Got Mike here. What's up, Mike? How you doing? Got Swaggy. What's up? How you doing, sir? We got Dan here. What's going on, Dan? Dunwich. The Dunwich Manor. Let's see. We got Ben. What's up, Ben? Hope you're doing well. Happy holidays to you. Redbeard. Got PlayStation 9 here. Big Smells. Eddie Wind. Tonight, Piz is short for Pizza, Coke, and the crew. Oh, right on. Right on. Let's see. The Denim Demon, yes. And yes, I do have some new flair on my jacket that I want to show off tonight. Let's see. We got CJM here. We got Andy. What's up, Andy? Taco Bella Lugosi. How you doing tonight, sir? In for a treat with Godzilla -1. Yes, I've heard only good things. Jesse, what's up, man? We got McFinity here. We got Husker. What's up, Husker? The movie has to be out of theaters in the U.S. by January 4th. Really? Okay. Stop the lovely Christmas music from my pal Jaxius. Thank you, JT. Appreciate that. Cliff, what's up? Well, I guess it's not going to be in theaters. Well, I mean, January 4th, I've got a whole month to see it. I should get around to seeing it before then. So I do want to shout out, I got a new piece of flair on my jacket. Check out that cool retro Jason pin right there. That is a very cool retro Jason pin. It's like a part 6 Jason, but of course done in the NES colors, which I love NES Jason. So couldn't pass this guy up when I saw him on Etsy. Really cool shop owner. Stalker vibes. This is totally unsponsored. But yeah, I like his stuff. And his pin is really cool. And he also threw in a really cool sticker. Check out that sticker. Yikes. That is a cool sticker. I wonder if I can stick it on my jacket. I wonder if he makes patches like these. I could get a patch. Find a place for it. But really cool stuff from Stalker Vibes on Etsy. So yeah, really love the pin. Great pin. But yeah, like I said, every week it's like there's just more flair added to the denim. It's the winter of denim. It is the winter of denim. Sing it again for us real quick.
Summer breeze, aging to know, just oh.
Pretty good. Sing it. Horror Orman, thank you for the $2. Good evening, sir. Good evening to you. Thank you very much. Hope you're doing well. CJ here. Love the setup. Thank you, sir. Appreciate that. So, hope everybody's had a good weekend. It's officially December. It is, we are right in the thick of the holiday season. And I hope everybody's December's gotten off to a good start. Hope everybody's got their, you're working on your Christmas wish list while at the same time taking care of, getting that Christmas shopping taken care of. I've got a dent in mine. I've got quite a few things for Jeremy. One thing is already here. A couple of things are on the way. And I'm going to go get him some more stuff very soon. So he's going to have he always has a good Christmas. But and we're going to be doing another Christmas stream this year too. So keep your eyes peeled for that. A Christmas stream in which we will be giving away some of the bad Michael Myers masks and unboxing things that you find folks have sent Jeremy. So I know several people have offered to send Jeremy things, and I appreciate that very much. So let's get into some topics. We've got some interesting topics to cover tonight, and the first one I want to talk about, I noticed people posting this message on social media recently, and then I had a few people actually send it to me. This is from PlayStation. Now, if you recall, a few years ago I did a video talking about I did a couple of different videos talking about how the Apple Store was removing digitally purchased content without the purchaser's consent, nor were they offering refunds. Then I did a video where Sony was doing the same thing on the PlayStation Network. Well, they're at it again, because as you can see here, a lot of people got this email from PlayStation that reads, "Dear PlayStation customer, as of December 31st, 2023, due to our content licensing arrangements with content providers, you will no longer be able to watch any of your previously purchased Discovery content, and the content will be removed from your library. Click here for a full list of the affected titles," and I've got that full list, and it is an enormous list. Enormous. "We sincerely thank you for your continued support." Thank you, PlayStation Store. Also note that there is no mention in that email of refunds. No mention in that little message of refunds. So all this content that you purchased, we're just going to take it away, and we're not going to give you a refund. So we hope you enjoyed it for the time that you had it. So enjoy it. You've got the rest of the month to enjoy it, and then get your money's worth out of it then. And this is the issue with digitally purchased content. I've stressed this so much in the past. If you're familiar with my channel, you know I love physical media. I'm a physical media enthusiast, a physical media advocate. And this is a big reason why. Because when you purchase things digitally, you purchase them under the auspices of owning them, but you really don't own what you purchase digitally. It is subject to change. And I'm sure somewhere, I know somewhere in the fine print, I'm sure there's a note in there about how, sing it again for us. Subject to change. Pretty good. Sing it. Taco Bella Lugosi. Did you see NECA has John Carver stuff coming? I did see that, and I'm sure I will be adding at least one or two pieces of John Carver goodies to my collection. But thank you for that. I appreciate it. What's up, Astro Juicy? How you doing tonight? Hanging out with us over on Twitch. How you doing, sir? So yeah, your digital purchases, you purchase under the auspices of owning them, but somewhere in the fine print, of course, I'm sure it says, subject to change, and this happens, and this is not the first time it has happened. Now, I do have an article here from so after I saw that image and I had some people send it to me, I jumped on the old Google, and I was like, okay, let's look into it a little deeper. Are they going to give, knowing already they're not going to give refunds, but like I wanted to see, are they going to offer refunds maybe? No, not at all. Not at all. So let's want to pull up this little article here from Forbes magazine. And we're not just talking about a few titles that they're pulling. They're pulling 1,200 titles. And yes, they're from Discovery. They're the Discovery Channel. Everybody knows, it's a lot of documentaries, a lot of their, like, didn't they do like a myth? They did Mythbusters, right? There's a whole list. I'll get to the list here momentarily. That's just, it's an enormous list. And I'm sure some people out there are probably saying, well, it's Discovery. Who cares? It's, it's just Discovery stuff, right? The point is, they can pull it whenever they want, give you little to no excuse, and not offer you anything in regards to a refund. So today is Discovery stuff. Maybe tomorrow is something that, you care about. The precedent's already been set. All these digital purchases that are stored on like a cloud service or whatever, they're subject to change, either being edited because, a part of the movie or a part of the show is no longer PC. I mean, we saw that with an episode of The Office. We saw that with The French Connection, and that's just the tip of the iceberg. Or they'll just pull it down entirely because, maybe it's no longer PC or because of these licensing agreements. Hey, Elaine Pham, how are you doing? Greetings from the ICU. You're in the ICU. Oh no. Hope you're doing all right. Well, I mean, if you're in the ICU, that's you're not, but I hope you're okay. So yeah, PlayStation Store to lose more than 1,200 purchased titles, no refunds. No refunds. The Christmas season has got off to a distinctly unfestive start for users of the PlayStation Store, with news that the service will not only be losing more than 1,200 of the video titles it carries by the end of the month, but nobody who has bought any of these disappearing titles will be entitled to any sort of refund. And they talk about the message here that I just showed. But yeah, 1,200 titles. If you didn't get the email, you can find confirmation of its content on the PlayStation website, blah, 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 blah. So, so there's another copy of the email. The message from the PlayStation Store may be short, but it says much about the state of content ownership in 2023. In particular, it provides consumers with another stark reminder that even if you buy, quote unquote, rather than rent content from a digital-only service, you don't truly own it. Yes. Rather, you're just purchasing a license to watch the content, a license that often isn't entirely in the hands of the service you're buying it from. So if a service provider loses a license for a bit of content for whatever reason, then anyone who's paid for their own personal use license loses access to that content too. So everything that you've ever purchased digitally that you think you own, you do not own. It is the card is subject to change. And I get it. I mean, I get it. There's there's an ease of use, an ease. It's easy to use it's easy to use digital content. And there's been times where, I've been too lazy to go back in the collection and find the actual physical copy of a movie. And I know it's on Shudder or on Prime or whatever, and I'll just watch it on Prime or on Shudder instead of going and getting the actual physical copy off my shelf. So I get it. There's a real immediacy there. It's easy, you know what I mean? But just because it's there now doesn't mean it's going to be there forever, even if you laid out your cold hard cash for it. It's really, it's just kind of frightening to think. I mean, like, we're so, and especially when you're talking about like the PlayStation Network. I have a PS5, and I got one that has the disk drive in it. But disk drives, after this generation of gaming console, there will be no more disk drives. So, and I've not bought a physical copy of a video game in years. So, I mean, what would happen if, I don't know, let's say you purchased a video game for $70, because that's how much a AAA title is these days, and it just disappears out of your library because there was some dispute over the publisher and, the PlayStation platform. The effects of this can be felt, I mean, across the board. With music, with video games, with any physically purchased content. Anyway, here is the full list of titles that will be removed from the PlayStation Store at the end of December. And let's just scroll through all this. I mean, just look at this. It's in alphabetical order, but look at all this. Look at all that. That is a lot of stuff. And I saw Shark Week. Everybody loves Shark Week, right? Let's see. What else jumps out at me here? Cake Boss is going to be gone. Call of the Wild Man. People love Call of the Wild Man. Cash Cab. Let's see. What else have we got here? Deadliest Catch. I know a lot of people love Deadliest Catch. Dirty Jobs. Everybody loves Dirty Jobs, right? Edge of Alaska. Fast and Loud. They did do Mythbusters, right? Let's scroll down here. Let's see about Mythbusters. Pretty sure Man vs. Wild. Miami Ink. I remember that show. Moonshiners. Yeah, Mythbusters. Yep. Good God, there were how many seasons of Mythbusters? 20 seasons of Mythbusters. Looks like they've got them all. Well, looks like they don't have the first season, apparently. Okay, but 19 seasons of Mythbusters are going to be gone. Naked and Afraid. Did they do Dog the Bounty Hunter? No, that was A&E. A&E did Dog the Bounty Hunter. Pit Boss. Pit Bulls and Parolees. River Monsters. I used to like River Monsters. Sister Wives. Yeah. All this is going to be gone at the end of the month. And I don't, how much is it? I mean, how much is it?
For us real quick. Summer breeze, aging to know, just oh.
Pretty good. Sing it. How much is it to purchase like a season of Dirty Jobs on the PlayStation Store? Anybody know? I mean, I guess I could just look it up, but Franco, thank you for the 10 PN. I appreciate that. Piz, in media, it works exactly as it does in cryptocurrencies, where there's a saying, not your keys, not your coins. In media, it is not your discs, not your movies. True ownership is key. See the crypto thing. I don't even. I Any crypto investors in the chats? Any crypto people in the chats? But thank you for that, Franco. I appreciate the super chat. And yes, you're right. Not your discs, not your movies. That's right. If you don't have the physical copy, you don't. You know what I mean? You don't. You don't truly own the thing. Thrasher's got some cool flair on his battle jacket. Okay. Nice. Very cool. $20. So it's $20 for a season. So what's 20 times 1,200? That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money. Ooh, so you invest in gold and silver? Those are good investments. You've never seen any Mythbusters? Oh, man, I used to love Mythbusters. I had a big crush on Carrie from Mythbusters. I'm into XRP. Is that a crypto? Remember, I know next to nothing about cryptocurrency other than it's very, very volatile. And like it's not like a. I mean, I don't know what dictates whether it goes up or goes down. It doesn't seem like a. I don't know. It just doesn't seem like a real thing. A tangible thing. Dylan, yes, tangible. That was the word I was looking for. What's up, Dead Zone? How you doing, sir? I mean, that's a good, yeah. Don't buy things you can't in person hold in your hands. That's right. So yeah, that's a lot of, what's up, Adam? How you doing, man? So yeah, I mean, if you look at it like if the average is $20 per season and they're dumping 1,200 episodes, what's 20 times 1,200? That's a lot of money that people have shelled out for these things. And they're just going away. They're just going bye-bye at the end of the month. I don't know, that's really frightening that they can do that. Just really, really frightening. Is there anybody in the chat who this will affect? What's up, Eerie Spirit? How you doing? It seems like you need a PhD to invest in crypto. I've had a few friends try and sell me on it, but I just don't get it. Yeah, I don't really get it either. It just seems very plus I hear about all these people who get ripped off in the crypto market. They get like what's it called, rug pulled or whatever. Okay, copy a novelization of the original 1954 Godzilla movie. It's a good read. Okay, all right. I actually just purchased a slasher book, a slasher novel. And hold on a minute, let me pull it up here because it looks like a doozy. Where'd that sucker go? Is anybody familiar with Brian G. Barry? Anybody familiar with Mr. Barry? And I got to give a shout out to Ash. I don't know if she's in the chat tonight or not, but she turned me on to this insane looking slasher movie. Well, slasher novel. It's not a slasher movie. It's a slasher novel from Brian Barry. Hold on. Let me pull it up here. It looks really darn good. It's called She Kills. Anybody familiar with She Kills or with Brian Barry? He does retro B-movie style novels. Well, I've got this one on the way. And I don't know if I can even read to you the plot synopsis. The plot synopsis is absolutely insane. Okay, so here is the plot. It's the plot reads: Sadie's life is destroyed when a vicious gang called the Touchers targets her for their sadistic fantasies after witnessing her sexy but innocent naked frolicking in a nearby field. On her wedding night, they attack her and her husband Edward, brutalizing both of them. But during the attack, the virgin bride discovers a dangerous secret about her body. She is cursed with the legendary fire crotch, a condition where Satan has laid claim to her vagina. After visiting her fortune teller friend Casparella, a space exorcism is attempted, but it only ends up unlocking secret hidden powers inside her. Her hatchet wound becomes lethal, and her most deadly weapon is her thirst for revenge against the Touchers and her fight against lustful men everywhere. How could I not immediately purchase this book? With a plot synopsis like that, it sells itself. How this book is not a New York Times bestseller, I have no clue. No clue. But wow. I have encountered these fire crotches. Never fun. I wouldn't think so. Sounds like a trauma movie. Is there a Christmas movie you really want to see? I'd kind of like to see the new John Woo, Silent Night. I think that's out now. I'd like to see it. I don't know if I'll be able to see it in the theater. I'd like to go see it in the theater and support it in the theater because nobody's really talking about that movie. And this is John freaking Woo here. This is a John Woo Christmas revenge movie, action revenge movie. More people should be talking about it. Check out Hunter Shea's cryptid-themed novels. He's highly entertaining. Okay, I'll look into him. Hunter Shea. Sold on She Kills cover. I honestly just became a believer of physical media recently because of stuff like this. I also support hard drives, LOL. I feel you. So, can you do more bad Michael Myers mask unboxings? There will be more. There'll be good ones too. There'll be good ones and there'll be more bad ones. Don't worry. I almost dated a fire crotch. It was fun for a while, but I definitely got burned in the end. You know, you play with fire, you're going to get burned. You almost married her. Wow. Oprah's book club material. Yes, indeed. Oh, so Dan's going to go see Silent Night tomorrow. I'm guessing you're going to cover it on Flesh Wound then. Ooh, favorite Christmas song. Oh, man. I wish I could play it without getting into copyright issues, but it would have to be Last Christmas by Wham. Beautiful song, but it's sad. It's a sad song too. It's beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Then it would have to be simply having a wonderful Christmas time by Paul McCartney. That's a beautiful one too. What's up, Kevin Dudley? Oh, Nico says he saw Silent Night. I'm keeping my mouth shut because I don't want to get piled on, except to say any 80s Cannon Bronson or Dudikoff film is more fun. Oh. Okay. All right. So yeah, I didn't see anybody say, are any of the titles being removed from the PlayStation Store going to affect you? I didn't see anybody. Nobody willingly raised their hand, I guess, you know. But yeah, 1,200 titles, just poof, going to be gone. Everybody who bought those, you know, thank you for your money, and hope you enjoyed. But now they're gone forever. So it's scary. It's very, very scary. You know, everybody's, you know, we're moving more and more toward a, you know, we're moving further away from physical media and more into the realms of digitally purchased and digitally stored media. And it's frightening. It's frightening. Just a reminder, if you own a physical copy of something, it's not going to get censored. Nobody's going to take it away from you unless they physically come to your house and take it away. You know, true ownership is physical ownership. So just keep that in mind. Always support physical media. Support physical media. By the way, how much physical media supporting did you all do during Black Friday? I really just got one thing. I just got the De La Morte de l'Amour bundle from Severin. But that's fine. That's fine. I'm definitely looking forward to getting that sucker home and checking it out. Oh, by the way, I was gonna show off some physical media. Hold on. I'll be right back. Let me grab something. I'll be right back. All right. So I'm pretty sure I unboxed or opened this during last Sunday's stream. But since we're talking about books, a Tobe Hooper novel. Yes, Tobe Hooper wrote a novel. I had no idea Tobe Hooper wrote a novel until recently. So, of course, I had to buy the Tobe Hooper novel. Midnight Movie. It sounds really interesting. Like Tobe Hooper wrote the book. Tobe Hooper is a character in the book, and he plays himself. It's crazy. It's crazy. So yeah, Midnight Movie, a Tobe Hooper novel. Had no idea. Huge Tobe Hooper fan, and I just learned recently the man wrote a novel. The man wrote a novel. But I do have some physical media inside this package that I would like to share with you fine folks. A couple of newer releases for movies that I really, really love. Movies that I don't hear people talking about very often, but definitely deserve to be seen. So here we go. Physical media. God, I love physical media. I love physical media. Love it. And I love these two movies. Love these two movies. The first is the Unearthed Films 15th Anniversary Edition of Dead Girl. Anybody out there familiar with Dead Girl? Pretty sure I did a review of this many, many years ago. But I love this movie. Great, great freaking movie. And I'm excited to check it out on this Blu-ray. Got lots of brand new extras on here too. So that's cool. Every generation has its story about the horror of growing up. Dead Girl. If you've not seen Dead Girl, highly, highly recommend it. Very, very much, yes. The next one, this is also a newer Blu-ray release. Based on the novel by Jack Ketchum, the late great Jack Ketchum, The Lost. I think I may have done a review of this many, many years ago as well. I don't remember, but this is another great, great movie. If you've not seen The Lost, definitely check out The Lost. And when I met Jack Ketchum at a convention many, many years ago, of course, before he passed away, and he signed a copy of The Lost for me, which I've still got it somewhere. I should have grabbed it, but really, really nice guy. Really cool guy. Great, great, great writer, too. Like, he really talented guy. If you've not seen The Lost, check out The Lost. And Dead Girl 2, both of these fantastic movies. Glad they've gotten new Blu-ray releases. I don't think Dead Girl had gotten a Blu-ray release before. I don't think The Lost had either. Maybe it did. I don't know. But yeah, these are really nice releases. The Lost has some new extras on it as well. So cool. Yeah, looking forward to checking both of these out. Dead Girl is wicked. Yes, it is. Pretty disturbing flick. It is. It is disturbing. David Cronenberg wrote a novel called Consumed that's worth a read. Yeah. Interesting. Second Sight's 4K release of High Tension has been delayed again until January 22nd. Okay. All right. Steven did a great job on the Dead Girl Blu-ray. Dead Girl is a mature watch. Dead Girl is excellent, but really messed up too. Yes, it is. The Lost is loosely based on serial killer Charles Schmidt. I didn't know that. Jack Ketchum was a mentor to many great writers as well. I could see that. Yes, Trent Haga. Trent Haga. I'm not sure how you pronounce his last name. He wrote Dead Girl. Yeah. What 4K player am I using? It's an LG. I don't know if it's got a. I don't know. I've had it for a long time. I don't know what model number it is, but it's a good one. It's a good one. So there you go. Some couple of new physical media titles. Both for great movies. Looking forward to checking both of them out. Both of them had Blu-ray releases. Okay, I did not know that. I always had Dead Girl on DVD. Same thing with maybe I had a Blu-ray of The Lost. I don't remember. Maybe I do. I don't remember. If I do, I think it must have just been like a bare bones one. I've kind of taken a break from doing the Jason masks. Supplies just got like really expensive, and like my main supplier of both blanks and straps, both of them just kind of stopped doing what they do. So I've had to find new suppliers, and some of them have been unreliable, and some of their products have not been up to snuff, and like one person just flat out ripped me off, and it's just been such a headache. So I've kind of taken a break from doing the Jason mask thing, honestly. Favorite books, American Psycho. is way up there. Let's see, what's another great book? I love Lord of the Flies. I love that book. I think that's a great book. Let's see, where's some other good ones? White Noise by Don DeLillo, I love. I know there's others. I just can't think of them. There's three. There's three at least. Piz, if you like the Calpis soda, you should buy concentrated Calpis that you mix with water. Even better. Ah, okay. The Calpis soda was really good. The can is still right here. As a matter of fact. That was good stuff. Very good stuff. I saw a dead girl once. It's not for the faint of heart. No, it's not. No, it's not. The Lost had an Anchor Bay Blu-ray. I probably have that one. I probably have that one back there somewhere. Favorite Michael Myers mask I own would probably, I don't know, it's a toss-up between my Warlock Blood Tears and my WMP Raining Red Part 6. It'd be a toss-up between those two. She Kills is pretty awesome. Okay, all right. We got some love for She Kills in the chat. Cool. So let's talk about, of course, we're in December. The holidays are here. Everybody loves holiday horror, right? Every year, if you're like me, every year, in December, you watch Silent Night, Deadly Night. You watch Black Christmas. You watch Black Christmas and Black Xmas, probably. Silent Night, Deadly Night 2, Christmas Evil, Don't Open Till Christmas, probably To All a Good Night. There's a lot of Christmas holiday horror movies, but I wanted to talk about a few that I think you should add to your list that aren't as well known as your Black Christmases and your Silent Night, Deadly Nights, and etc. By the way, in the chat, let me know what some of your favorites kind of under the radar Christmas horror movies are. But Silent Night, Bloody Night. See, I love Silent Night, Bloody Night. I do the watch party for it every year. I'm going to do a watch party for it again this year, I promise. It'll be on my Twitch channel, though. It won't be on my YouTube channel. And as a matter of fact, I'm thinking about doing some more watch parties just this month for some holiday horror over on my Twitch channel. So if you're not following me on Twitch, do that. So let's talk about some of my favorites, kind of lesser known holiday horror flicks. And the very first one I want to talk about, I just happen to have some physical media for it right here. And it is A Christmas Horror Story. Now, I came across this movie, I don't know, I'd say probably 3 or 4 years ago, maybe 5 years. I don't remember. It's been within the past 5 or 6 years. And I absolutely loved it. And it has been a part of my Christmas horror roundup every year. It's an anthology. It has the best interpretation of Krampus, of any Krampus movie or any movie that involves the Krampus that I've seen. I like all the individual stories. The wraparound, which involves William Shatner as a DJ, is great. There's a great twist in there too. And there's just something about this movie that just kind of warms my heart. Yes, there's murder. Yes, there's dismemberment. Yes, there's blood. Yes, there's gore. But there's just something about it every year when I watch it. It just warms my heart. So, if you've not seen A Christmas Horror Story, add it to your list. Add it to your list. You will not be disappointed, I promise. Any fans of A Christmas Horror Story in the chat? Let me know. I need the Blu-ray. I have the DVD. I don't think there's not much in the way of extras on here. We get a behind the scenes, and that's it. This needs a much fancier release. Much fancier release. Christmas Horror Story is great. Yes, Christmas Horror VHS Apocalypse does not like A Christmas Horror Story. Okay. My mom loved A Christmas Horror Story. That's cool. You got a cool mom. It is excellent. Okay. Yes, Shatner. Yes, it is on Tubi, as a matter of fact. I do believe it is on Tubi. But you can probably find this Blu-ray for pretty cheap, I'm sure. And always go with the physical. Always go with the physical. Geriatric Geek says, I might suggest Santa Jaws as an underrated Xmas horror. I've actually heard that. I've heard from several people that I should watch Santa Jaws. And maybe I will add that to the list this year. Maybe I'll add that to the list. Better Watch Out is pretty good. I think I saw that. Pretty sure I saw that. Give me 1 second, guys. I've got to make a pit stop. I'll be right back. All right. Sorry about that, folks. I'm increasing my water intake and trying to up my electrolytes. When I get very dehydrated when I work out, and I take creatine on top of that, and that kind of dries you out. So trying to keep the electrolytes up, the fluids up, and that just means I run to the bathroom a lot. So I haven't seen it, but might watch it this week. You should, Frightful Nights. You should. So Santa Jaws. What is with Santa Jaws? People seem to enjoy Santa Jaws. Is it just like so goofy that it's just lovable? I don't know. I showed my dad Santa Jaws and he hated it. Now keep in mind, I'm traumatized by these like shark movies after House Shark. I'm traumatized. All right, Dead Zone, take care, man. Thanks for hanging out. The American Scream 1988. That sounds familiar. Let me see. Have I seen... Is that a horror movie? Oh. Is that Yeah, that's Buck Flower. It's got Buck Flower in it. I've got to watch it. Family vacationing in the mountains is terrorized by local wackos. That sounds pretty good. And it's got Buck Flower in it. That's got Bill Johnson in it too. Okay. Oh, it's got Anthony Kiedis' dad in it. Blackie DeMant. Wow. Quite a cast. Quite a cast. I'll bookmark that one. I will bookmark that one. If you've not dropped a like on the stream and you're watching on YouTube, please do so. I would certainly appreciate that. I almost added To All a Good Night to this list. I kind of felt like I'm not the biggest fan of To All a Good Night. I watch it just about every year though. But I kind of felt like that one was one that more people were kind of aware of. Seems like that one's been on streaming services for a while, and I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Family Reunion from 1989. Santa Jaws is a good time. All right. I'm going to have to look. I know it's on, or it used to be on Prime. I'm sure it's on Tubi, so I'll have to look into it. Family Reunion. Let me look up Family Reunion here. A family on Christmas vacation visits a desert town called Sutterville, where a massacre had been committed 40 years prior, and discovers they had something to do with it. Meanwhile, the local police arrests a mysterious drifter. Sounds interesting. Okay, all right. Some things to think about there. Some titles to think about. All right, so A Christmas Horror Story. That's the first one on my list. You should add it to your collection. You should add it to your yearly holiday horror roundup. Good stuff. And I just dropped it. Where'd the other one go? Oh, here we go. Oh. So this one is talking about bad movies that are lovably bad, that I just can't help but love. This is from the great John Russo. Santa Claus. This is it's bad. It's bad. It's a bad movie. There's no doubt about it. But it's bad in such a fun, endearing kind of way. It's another one. It just kind of warms my heart whenever I watch this movie every holiday season. And it just warms my heart. And of course, Debbie Rochon certainly helps with that. She certainly helps. It is the story of a killer Santa Claus. Or a maniac who dresses as not Santa Claus. Santa Claus with claws. And he kills people with one of these, the hedge, not the, what are they called? A trowel? Is that what it is? I don't remember. But he kills people with this thing. Talk about a unique killer weapon of choice. Debbie Rochon never looked better. It's true. She was stunning in this movie. And it's ultra cheesy. It's ultra sleazy. It's a good time. It's everything. It's what the holidays are all about. Santa Claus from John Russo. And I think they filmed like most of the I think they filmed most of this movie like in John Russo's house or at the offices of Scream Queen Illustrated, which he used to run back in the day. So they did it. They did it on the cheap, but and it looks it. It certainly looks it. But see, what's interesting is like this. The cut of the movie on here is a different cut than is on the old Shriek Show DVD. It's got different scenes in it, especially toward the beginning, which I thought was interesting. So if you've got the old Shriek Show DVD, A, this looks much better. B, we've got some extras on here, and it's a different cut of the movie. I don't, maybe it's the Russo cut of Santa Claus. I don't know. But any love for Santa Claus in the chat? Frightful Night Media says he got 10 minutes into Santa Claus and shut it off. Well, you missed all the good stuff, bro. You missed all the good stuff. Yes, you should check this one out, Swaggy. I think you'd get a kick out of it. The Tales from the Dark Side episode. Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's a good one. There was also the Tales from the Crypt one with Larry Drake as like a deranged Santa. That one called like All Through the House or something like that. I don't remember, but that was a good one. Okay. All right. I see the chat. Let's take a poll here. All right. This is gonna piss people off. All right. Is Die Hard a Christmas movie? Just run with it. Just run with it. Is Die Hard a Christmas movie? We'll see what we get. I like Eyes Wide Shut, Sean. I like Eyes Wide Shut. And Lethal Weapon. I mean, we could do the next poll. Maybe is Lethal Weapon a horror movie, a holiday movie, a Christmas movie, whatever. Santa Claus truly has to be seen to be believed. I mean, I will echo this sentiment. But yeah, this was a really nice release from TerraVision. And yeah, beautiful. There is the lovely Debbie Rochon. I like the little, disclaimer down here. Not for kids. Let's get that clear. Santa Claus is not for kids. All Through the House, Tales from the Crypt. There you go. Yep. Yes. Thank you, Astro Juicy. Yes. Thought that's what it was called. Is Die Hard a Christmas movie? So far, 71% say yes. Wow. Okay. All right. Fair enough. All right. So let's move on. Let's talk about some other lesser known Christmas horror movies that I think are definitely worth checking out. And this next one is a movie that it is an absolute crying shame that this movie does not have at the very least a Blu-ray. It deserves a 4K, but it's a crying shame that this movie does not at least have a Blu-ray. And it's Santa's Sleigh with the great Bill Goldberg as a murderous, maniacal Santa Claus. Okay? I mean, Bill Goldberg as a killer Santa Claus. Need I say more? I love the intro for Santa's Sleigh. Yeah, good stuff. Very good stuff. Any love for Santa's sleigh? And I do believe one of the one of the Twitch watch parties this holiday season will be for Santa's sleigh. Believe that. Believe that. I used to own Santa's sleigh on DVD, but somehow I don't remember what, the DVD got damaged or something, so I had to go back and I recently repurchased the DVD, which you can get on Amazon, I think, for like, I think it's like $10 or something. It's not expensive at all. Let me see. How much was it when I purchased it? $10.59. I'm sorry, $9.99. Santa's Sleigh on DVD is only $10.99. Here's a link. So the real question here is, why have we not gotten Santa's Sleigh on at least Blu-ray? Can somebody answer me that question? This movie is begging for a Blu-ray. Can you imagine this movie with like a Bill Goldberg commentary? How awesome would that be? I'm not going to be doing Silent Night, Bloody Night on my YouTube channel. I'm going to do it on Twitch. I'm not sure what I've done Silent Night, Bloody Night for several years now, and it's never been an issue because it's public domain, right? Well, probably a month or two ago, every single one of those watch parties got hit with copyright stuff. And I think it had something to do with the music. I think, I don't remember, but it got copyright struck. So at the very least, I kind of hoped, well, maybe somebody is going to do like a new release for the movie, or, you know, I don't know. But that's what I was kind of hoping at least. But yeah, every one of them got hit. So I will do that watch party again because I love that movie. I love doing that watch party every year, but I'm going to do it over on Twitch. So yeah, if you've not followed me on Twitch, follow me over there. Let's see. What's everybody saying about Goldberg met his wife, who did stunts and was one of the strippers in the film? Cool. I didn't know that. I did not know that. That's very cool. I want a sequel. Yes, we do need a sequel. Santa's Sleigh 2. Who's next? That could be the tagline. Santa's Sleigh 2. Who's next? I'm hoping Santa's Sleigh gets a Vestron release. That would be awesome. That would be awesome. Oh, really? A Canadian Blu-ray release of Santa's Sleigh under the name Very Bad Santa. Very Bad Santa. Okay. Interesting. I may have to look into that. Very Bad Santa. That's funny. That's funny. P2. I thought about adding P2 to the list. Because a lot of people don't really, I don't think they're aware of that movie, or even the fact that it is it takes place during Christmas. So thought about adding it to the list. It's not one I watch every year, but every now and again I get the hankering to watch P2. Jason Benny from Delirium magazine. Santa's Sleigh is a Lionsgate release, so they could drop it in their Vestron line. Well, fingers crossed that they do. I mean, they need to get on it. It should have been dropped this holiday season. We need it. We need Santa's sleigh. Well, just go follow me on Twitch, Nico. Just go follow me on Twitch. It'll be the exact same watch party. It'll just be over on Twitch. All right, so there we go. Santa's sleigh. That's another one. Such a fun. Of course, it doesn't take itself seriously at all. Really, really good cast in it as well. Lots of likable characters. The opening dinner table sequence is a lot of fun. Just a fun movie. If you've not seen it, check it out. It's available on YouTube in its entirety. The bad news is it's only in like 480, so it's not the best quality. But it's on YouTube, or just go grab the DVD for $10. Yeah. All right, so let's move on to another holiday horror film that I think deserves your time. And this is an interesting one. A lot more people are aware of this one, especially since it got a Vinegar Syndrome release, I think last year. But I still wanted to add it to the list, at least give it a little bit of a shout out. And that is Deadly Games. And Deadly Games is kind of like Home Alone with a psycho and a Santa outfit instead of Joe Pesci and Daniel Stern. But it's actually pretty dark and serious. That's the best way I can describe Deadly Games. I'm pretty sure I did a review of Deadly Games a few years ago. So yeah, just think of it like that. It's Home Alone, but instead of Harry and Marv, Harry and Merv, instead of them, it's a psycho in a Santa outfit. And it's pretty dark. So it's and it's good. So, any love for Deadly Games in the chat? I hear the Star Wars Christmas special was a hoot. It's on YouTube, or it used to be. I don't know about being a hoot. It's maybe we should do a watch party of that on my Twitch sometime too. It's shocking that actually aired on television, that somebody like approved that to air on television, because it's awful. I love Deadly Games. All right, cool. I've not decided on a date for Silent Night, Bloody Night yet, but it'll be coming very soon. It'll probably be more toward the middle of December, but it's coming soon. Deadly Games is an annual watch for me, says Bog Zombie. I love Deadly Games, says Reggie. Heavy movie, but it's great, says Brad. Yes. The kid in it has some serious acting chops and a killer mullet. That's right. His mullet is on point. It's on point. That is true. I recently talked with Bill Moseley, and he said the one role that made him cry was Silent Night, Deadly Night 3. Better watch out. Deadly Games is awesome, yeah. I actually had a conversation with Bill Moseley about Silent Night, Deadly Night 3 too one time, long time ago. I asked him what his favorite memory was of that movie, and he said, it got me my SAG card. So that was his favorite. That was his favorite part of that movie, was that it got him his SAG card. So, and and honestly, I mean, I could add Silent Night, Deadly Night 3, 4, and 5 to this list too, because I think most people know that they exist, but I think most people are like maybe hesitant to watch them because they have such a bad reputation. But they're not bad. They're really not bad movies. I mean, part 3 is, It's pretty much a straightforward slasher. So I mean, it's got that going for it. I like it. I watch it just about every year. Part four is a body horror movie with about a witch's coven. It's not even a slasher, but I like it a lot too. Directed by Brian Usna. It's got some nice gooey effects in it, courtesy of Screaming Mad George. And part 5 is like this weird take on Pinocchio. Part 5, I think, is the best of those three. It's definitely, I think, the most interesting. So yeah, I mean, I could have added all three of those to the list, but I think people know of them. I think they're just afraid to watch them because of their reputation. But I love them. I love them. But Deadly Games, check out Deadly Games. If you've not seen it, I think you will dig it. I would pay to see I would pay to see Bret Hart watch Santa's Sleigh. I would too. Could you imagine watching Bret Hart watch Santa's Sleigh? Wow. Damn, that would be good. That would be good. You talked to Mosley about hanging out with Paris Hilton? Really? That's just two people I would not imagine ever being in the same place at the same time. But you'll have to fill me in on those stories behind the scenes, Ben. I'm curious. I am very, very curious about that. Jarvie Rocks or Harvey Rocks just ordered Santa's Sleigh on DVD just so I can rewatch it. It was such a fun, crazy movie. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. I love these live streams. Well, thank you, McFinity. I'm glad you do. Glad you're enjoying them. There's Sean Sr. What's up, Sean? How you doing? Yes, dial code Santa. That's also one of the names for Deadly Games. It's also got another name too. I think it's got several names, but Deadly Games and dial code Santa, I think, are the most common for Deadly Games. Let's see. I like the SNDN more. More the weirder they get. They certainly get weirder as they go on. Nico's with me on SNDN 3, 4, and 5. Nice. Silent Night, Deadly Night 5, The Toy Maker Rocks, Tech Horror. Yes, indeed. And like you have Mickey Rooney in the film as Geppetto. And I love Brian Brimmer's performance as what's his character? It doesn't matter. His performance is really good. Really good. And there's just some interesting stuff going on in that one, I think. But of course, Mickey Rooney back in the day was one of the most vocal advocates against the original Silent Night, Deadly Night. So it was funny that, years and years later, now he's in the 5th Silent Night, Deadly Night. Mosley and Paris. Oh, Repo. I forgot about Repo. Okay. Yeah. They did club openings after work, and he said she got paid more for one club opening than he made in a year's worth of movies he did. Yeah. I can see that. That's true. That's true. The whole Silent Night, Deadly Night is it's a must watch. I agree. Bill said him and Eric had a discussion about which Ricky was worse. I love them both. Yeah, I know Eric's talked to Bill Mosley about them being Rickies and what have you. Siskel and Ebert gave S&D such a glowing review. Let's look Yeah, Joe Petto. Yeah, that was the name of Mickey Rooney's character. Yeah, Joe Petto. Let's see. Let's look up that. Let's see if it's on YouTube. I'm sure it is. Oh, I mean, that's where I saw it years and years ago. Siskel and Ebert, Silent Night, Deadly Night. Let's watch it together. Oh, God, here it is.
Coming up next at the movies.
Oh, man, this is good quality right here. All right, let's watch it. Let's watch Siskel and Ebert's review of Silent Night, Deadly Night together, folks. Here we go. Keep in the audio, the quality just all around is pretty bad, but let's give it a go here. Let me turn this up a little bit so you can hear it more.
A film that dreams about a red Christmas.
'Twas the night before Christmas, when all through the house, not a creature was stirring. All through the house, not a creature was stirring, not even a mouse.
Our X-ray subject this week, the controversial Santa Claus killer movie, Silent Night, Deadly Night. Actually, there have been two controversies about Silent Night, Deadly Night. Even before the film was released a couple of weeks ago, its TV ad campaign caused a furor with its brief depiction of an axe-carrying Santa Claus. The distributor of this film, TriStar Pictures, which is co-owned by Columbia Pictures, CBS, and Home Box Office, pulled the commercial out of release after a week of protests by parents led by a Milwaukee group. Of course, commercials like that usually die out after a week anyway, so thanks a lot, fellas. But there's no question in my mind that the showing of Santa with an axe on free TV and commercials is sick and sleazy and mean-spirited. So let's repeat the names of the people who did it. TriStar Pictures, co-owned by Columbia Pictures.
And this is such, I mean, this is such a punk move here. I dislike this movie so bad that I'm gonna because he did the same thing with Friday the 13th. He gave out Betsy Russell's address or the address of her agency, so people could write nasty letters to them to be forwarded to Betsy. I mean, pardon my French, what a bitch move, So I'm gonna name he you'll see, he calls out Charles Sellier Jr. and this is the 80s version of doxing.
CBS and Home Box Office. Shame on you. Now, as for the film, I've got news for you. It's worse than the TV ads. Telling a typical mad slasher story about a boy who witnesses his father being shot and his mother being stabbed to death by a maniac in a Santa Claus suit. So now the traumatized kid grows up and is asked to work in a toy store as Santa one Christmas, and it freaks him out. He impales one naked girl.
Did I say Betsy Russell? I meant Betsy Palmer. Sorry. I keep Betsy Russell's address to myself. Thank you very much.
A bloody knife as a gift, and threaten another little girl with physical punishment as she sits on his lap. You might think that it would be funny, Roger, or it's played as quite sick in the film. So let me repeat the names of the writer and director and producers of this film. Michael Hickey wrote the film, Charles E. Sellier Jr. directed it, and Ira Richard Barmack produced it. You people have nothing to be proud of, even if you made a few bucks off of all the negative publicity. Your profits truly are blood money. And Silent Night, Deadly Night now has the distinction of joining I Spit on Your Grave as one of the two most contemptible films I've seen. And I don't mean to think it's campy. It really is quite awful. I'm glad you...
This is a movie. This is a movie he's talking about. He's acting like somebody, he's acting like it was a personal attack against him. It's a movie. Jeez. Good God.
Mention those people's names because quite frequently they think, gee, we'll make this exploitation film, we'll be able to buy our Mercedes and live in Bel Air and nobody will ever know what we did. But I would like to hear them explain to their children and their grandchildren that it's only a movie.
Yeah.
I think that would be a real interesting explanation.
Come on, Roy. Get your hands dirty.
I mean, isn't that what parents are supposed to do? Explain to their kids, it's just a movie. It's just a movie. Don't be, I mean, it's nothing to fear. It's just a movie. Ah, jeez. Nocturnal 91, what's up? How you doing, sir? Hope you're doing well. And thank you for subscribing over on Twitch. I appreciate that. Very kind of you. You like the Roy sub notification? Got to keep it real with Roy. Thanksgiving. Yeah, I heard It's a Wonderful Knife was getting some grief. Like we're back in 1984. People are complaining about a holiday, a Christmas horror movie. Is it 1984 all over again? I heard about that. That's so weird. So yeah, that like they were both like totally butthurt. Like you'd think that like the movie was a personal attack on poor Siskel. Good Lord. And like to call the, Ira Barmack. Charles Sellier Jr. Like he's, like he's their dad or something. All right, so I'm going to end this poll here. Die Hard is a Christmas movie, according to 69% of the folks in the chat. So there you go. That ends it. That ends it. That ends the argument. Hey, what's up, Slasher Home Video? How you doing, Chris? Yeah, we were chatting on some SND 5. That's true. Time is cyclical. Yes, that's true. That's true. By the way, I'm going to have a review of It's a Wonderful Knife dropping soon. All right, Corey, take care, man. Have a good night. Oh, so let's move on here. Let's talk about some more holiday horror that I think you got, lesser known holiday horror that I think you guys should check out. I saw a couple of people mention this one in the chat already, so I won't spend too much time talking about it. It's Rare Exports. This is another pretty interesting holiday horror film. Clearly there's some love for Rare Exports in the chat tonight. I've heard about Christmas Cruelty. I've not watched it yet, but I've heard some things. What's up, Blair? Favorite romantic comedy? Wow. While You Were Sleeping with Sandra Bullock and Bill Pullman. Nocturnal 91 is in the mood for some holiday horror. Very nice. Oh, by the way, didn't turn the light on Frosty here. So we got Frosty here hanging out with us tonight. I picked that one up and was glad I did. Okay, some love for Blood Beat. That was one I almost added to the list too. I reviewed Blood Beat a few years ago when it first came out from Vinegar Syndrome. It's a wild movie. I forgot it even takes place during Christmas. Elves. Why do we not have a Blu-ray for Elves? Why do we not have a Blu-ray for the Dan Haggerty holiday classic Elves? That is just an absolute crying shame. Rare Exports is awesome. Christmas Bloody Christmas. That's the movie you're thinking about there, Country Shape Media. Supposedly the film is lost. Oh my God. That can't be. That can't be. Or somebody made it lost is probably what happened. They're like, this is the only negative left of Elves. And the guy's like, just burn it. Just get rid of it. Oh, Lord. It is, pretty sure it's still on YouTube, though. Pretty sure it's still on YouTube. But, I mean, somebody save Elves, for God's sake. Can we save Elves? I mean, look at that. If this movie is crying to be saved. Crying to be saved. Elves has either rights issues or missing elements. So sad. So sad. I want to make sure Elves is still on YouTube. So we may have to do a watch party for Elves, even if it's in 360. Yep, there it is. And my review is right below it. Oh, God. From 4 years ago. Let's see, how bad is it here? It says it's in 1080p HD. Well, I mean, it's a VHS rip that's been like rendered in 1080p, but it's definitely not 1080p. So yeah, we may need to do an Elves watch party this year too. Oh, Elves. Yeah, we need to get this hashtag trending. Save Elves. So I've only got one more movie that I wanted to, a lesser known holiday horror movie that I wanted to give a shout out to. I don't remember that much about, I know I reviewed it. I don't remember that much about it specifically, but I do remember liking it. It's Mercy Christmas. It's about a guy who gets invited to a Christmas dinner. But he's on the menu, put it that way. So I remember liking this one a lot, but it's been a few years and I don't remember too many specifics about it. I did do a review of it if you're interested in checking that out. But Mercy Christmas, add that one to your list this year. Add that one to your list this year. You can expect the new VS sub-label DeGausser is releasing Blood Cult and Ripper with Tom Savini. Okay. Man, it's been a long time since I've seen Ripper. I don't know if I've ever seen Blood Cult. $1985. Oh, it sounds good. I don't think I've seen this one. Damn, it sounds good though. Okay, I will definitely be looking into Blood Cult. I don't recall Ripper being that great. But hey, I'm glad that it's getting a physical release though. By the way, if you've not dropped a like on this stream, please do so. I'd appreciate that. But any love for Mercy Christmas?
Man, you are one scared cat. They call me Reggie the Reckless.
Future Dead Camper. Thank you for 15 months of being a channel member, hanging out there in Demon's Outhouse. Well, thank you. Appreciate that. Hope you're well. Phil, what's up? How you doing, sir? Yeah, I've heard that Savini's not a fan of Ripper. What's that movie? Oh, Nightmare. Savini claims he didn't do any of the effects on that one, although he's credited for doing the effects, and there's a photo of him on the set. He claims he never did it. It's funny. Phil, you just watched It's a Wonderful Knife and you liked it. Okay, cool. You have Blood Cult and its sequel on DVD. It got a sequel. Wow. Okay, interesting. So any love for Mercy Christmas? Anybody seen Mercy Christmas in the chat? I didn't add Christmas Evil to the list. I felt like that one's kind of, that one's a little more well known. I love it. I watch it every year, but I kind of felt like that one was, a little more known. I've heard very divisive thoughts on It's a Wonderful Knife too. My review is going to be out soon. My review will be out soon. What'd you think of the movie then, Brian? Did you like it? Did you dislike it? I have seen the slipcover for Fatal Games. No, I didn't see the one for the April Fool's donation, though. I just saw the normal one, the regular one. Blood Cult was shot on my college campus, actually. Wow. Interesting. I like Knife. I just got done watching it, actually. Okay, cool. I have seen Red Christmas. Yeah, I wasn't a fan of it. I wasn't a fan of it. I was not a fan of it. Ash, you did not miss the party, but I did give you a shout out a little earlier. I was talking about the book. What was the book again? She Kills? Yes, we were talking about She Kills a little while ago. And I read everybody the plot synopsis. And it got quite a response. So let's see, when is that coming? I've got to read that immediately. Maybe I'll do a read along on the channel for She Kills. Oh, it should be here this week. Okay, cool. Cool. Yes, the hatchet wound. Yes, indeed. Hope you're doing well, Ash. JK, what's up? Hope you're well. Yeah, you remember liking Mercy Christmas, but it's been a while. Goodness. Yeah, so many descriptive. The author has such a way with words when it comes to that plot synopsis. Yes, yes, very descriptive. Oh, you liked It's a Wonderful Knife too? Cool. All right. It's some people seem to be liking it. Some people seem to be just not liking it. So my review will be out pretty soon. So are there any lesser known holiday horror movies or Christmas time horror movies that y'all like to watch every year that I didn't mention. The French Extreme film Inside. Yeah, that one takes place on Christmas. I kind of thought about that. I need to rewatch Inside because like the first hour of that movie, I freaking loved it. I was like blown away. But then like the last half hour, it kind of lost me. Blast of Silence, Hitman on Christmas flick. Highly recommend. Okay. Blast of Silence. Let me look that up. Oh, 61. Okay. Wow. That sounds interesting. I've never heard of it. I'll have to see. It got a Criterion release. Okay. That sounds interesting. I will definitely look into it. You give Wonderful Knife 8 out of 10. All right, cool. Here's got a super chat came through. I didn't get the little notification.
Oh, there. Summer breeze, aging to know, just oh.
Pretty good. Sing it. Thank you for the $5, Ghost. I appreciate that. Piz, if you haven't yet, check out Bret Easton Ellis's new book, The Shards. It's a slasher set in the 80s among rich LA high schoolers. It's great. I love Bret Easton Ellis. I remember hearing about The Shards, but thank you for reminding me because I'd completely forgotten about that book. I'm going to get that. I'm adding it to my cart on Amazon right now. So, yes, okay. Yeah, thank you for reminding me of that. I can't believe I forgot about it. So I love Bret Easton Ellis. And when he does, all of his... what's funny about him is he's clearly like he knows his horror. If you've read American Psycho, you know he knows his horror. And a lot of that is channeled through Patrick Bateman and his video store rentals, you know. So, yeah. But thank you for reminding me of that, Ghost, and thank you for the $5. I appreciate it. Oh, thank you, Brian. I'm guessing that was probably was that the oh goodness, I forget what the company's called. DDS. DSS, Dark Side Studios. Yes. It's a good hood. It's a great hood. Fun little holiday slasher. Don't know what's got people hating it. I think probably a couple of different things. It's got that kind of 90s horror vibe to it that a lot of people don't jibe with. And once you add in that supernatural element, I think that kind of throws people off as well, especially if they go into it expecting just a slasher. Once you get into the supernatural elements, it throws people off. The children. I forgot about the children. Yes, I forgot about the children. It's been a while since I've seen that one, though. Team Corey will never die, Turner. Team Corey will never die. The movement is just too big. I need to get a Corey button for my jacket. Does anybody know? Are there any Corey Cunningham buttons or pins that I can add to my jacket? I will definitely. Team Corey's forever, Turner. Come on. Come on. Who Slew Aunt Roo? I've never heard of that one. I love The Dorm That Dripped Blood. But I kind of feel like that one's, it's not a super well-known one, but I feel like, most people have heard of The Dorm That Dripped Blood. But I love that movie. Home for the Holidays, Night Train. Somebody mentioned Night Train a little earlier, I believe. Treevenge. Is that about killer Christmas trees? If that's a killer Christmas tree movie, I may have to watch it. Blast of Silence is outstanding. Very cool. Ooh, any good recommendations for when you're stuck in bed with laryngitis? Oh man. Ooh, that's not good. I don't think I've never had laryngitis, so I don't know what that's quite like, but I'm sure it's not pleasant. What are some good recommendations for a future dead camper to help her combat laryngitis? I think we mentioned some good holiday ones. Camper. It's a Wonderful Knife is available on Shudder. Let's see. Throw out some good recommendations for camper. Let's help her out here. I enjoyed It's a Wonderful Knife. Kind of tame, but franchise potential and pretty cute. Santa Jaws is my favorite X-Men Space Shark movie right before Jaws the Revenge. Well, I mean, Jaws the Revenge is one of my favorite movies of all time. Gremlins. Do you have any horror convention stories? Sure. I mean, I've got a million horror convention stories. I think I've shared most of them though in the past. Still, one of my favorite. If you've heard this one before, I'm sorry, but this one just makes me smile every time. Is when I met Gunnar Hansen, and he said to me, God, you'd make a great Leatherface. That was the greatest compliment I've ever received. So I want that etched on my tombstone. I've already pre-ordered it, Brad. Already got the Silent Night, Deadly Night book up for pre-order. It's up for pre-order. I've already pre-ordered it. I Come in Peace. There you go. Yeah. There you go. Oh, really? A mini-series. Okay. All right. That's cool. I'll need to read it before it turns into a miniseries. Shelley Winters is a wacko head of an orphanage at Christmas. Whoever Slew Aunt Roo was directed by Curtis Harrington. Rudy. Oh. Or Ruby. Oh, okay. Ah. Interesting. Treevenge is a short by the guy who did Hobo with a Shotgun. Okay. All right. Roth says Christmas Bloody Christmas from Joe Bagos. Definitely a good slasher. Hope they make a sequel someday. The Labyrinth Camper. The Labyrinth. I've never heard of that one, Ash. That's out of your private collection, I guess. Quiet Place. Yeah, I love Christmas Evil. Watch it every year. Great, great movie. That's a good one, Camper. If you've not seen Christmas Evil, highly recommend Christmas Evil. It used to be on Shudder, I think. Is Edward Scissorhands a Christmas movie? Sure. Why not? Why not? No, I never met Sid Haig. He was at a convention I was at many, many years ago, but I didn't get to meet him though. Oh yeah, that's a good one. Yeah. So I don't remember which. I think this was I don't remember which convention this was, but they had Savini was there, Corey Feldman was there, and Ted White was there, and they did a final chapter panel, and somebody asked Ted White. I don't remember what the question was, but Ted White's response was, "I wanted to kill that little kid. I just wanted to tear him into pieces. I hated that little kid." And of course, Corey Feldman is sitting right next to him. And Feldman's just like looking at the audience going I wondered, does he realize that kid is now the adult sitting next to him? Or does he just not care? He probably just doesn't care. He probably would love to tear the adult Corey Feldman into pieces too. But it was just so funny. Just the way he just said it so I hated that kid. I'd like to tear him to pieces. I think he said, I wanted to rip his head off or something like that. It was so funny. Feldman's sitting right next to him. Jeez. Mick Garris and Joe Dante are gentlemen. I've not had the pleasure to meet either. Here we go, Camper. Anything Mystery Science Theater 3000, Riff Track, Cinematic, Titanic. Yeah, there you go. Anything from those folks. I will thank you, Verisimilitude. Harry Knowles had a great story about Hanson coming to his 3rd birthday party and cutting the cake with a chainsaw. Hanson did an interview and said that never happened. Okay. All right. I really don't have too many bad ones. I mean, honestly, most of my convention memories are pretty positive. There's some bad ones mixed in there, but most of them are just kind of contained to one specific convention that was just really poorly managed, and it was just a mess. So outside of that, most of my convention stories are memories are positive. I made a short. I just made a little video where I played Leatherface. That was many years ago. Many years ago. Oh my God, Blair! I accidentally knocked over Gunnar Hansen's Diet Coke off his table and into his lap. Scarefest 2009. I was at that Scarefest. I think that was the very first Scarefest I ever went to, and I met Gunnar that year. Yeah, that wasn't the year he told me I'd make a good Leatherface, but that was my very first convention, and my very first Scarefest. And yeah, man, I'm sure Gunnar, he probably was just like, don't worry about it. It's not a big deal. Yeah, he seemed like a pretty laid back cat. So. At Texas Frightmare weekend, and this guy asked where I was from, and we talked golf. My son said, "Who was that?" I said, "That was Sackhead." Oh, so you met Warrington Gillette? Yeah, I had a weird. Well, I mean, it's kind of a weird encounter with. Well, okay, so this was at a Scarefest too, and I was in the bathroom at one of the urinals, and like somebody started talking to me from the next urinal, and I looked over, and it was Warrington Gillette, and he was like, "Are you having a good time?" Because I had like a shirt, and I had, just had a shirt over my shoulder that I'd bought Jeremy, and I had like, just stuff. He's like, "Are you having a good time?" And I was like, "Oh yeah, I'm having a great time." He's like, "Well, come over to my table and say hi," or something like that. And I was like, "Oh sure, man, yeah, I'll be right over." I didn't. I've got that book. I've got the Chainsaw Confidential book. Yeah, we talked about Rare Exports, Punisher. I've met Corey Feldman twice. The first time I met him was very cool. He was very positive. He was very nice, very personable. And I was like, "Hey, this is a cool guy." And then the next time I met him, he was in full Michael Jackson garb. He shook my hand with a glove on. He purposefully looked away from me when he shook my hand. And he just acted like he didn't care about anything. So I'm 1 for 2 with Corey Feldman meetings. Oh, that's cool, Caleb. I met a bunch of people from Phantasm one year at Scarefest. Angus Scrim was supposed to be there, but he had to bow out because of health issues, and he passed away very shortly thereafter. But I would have loved to have met him. I met Don Coscarelli. I met Reggie Bannister. I met, maybe that was it. I think it's just those two that I met. But I really wanted to meet Angus, but never got the chance. But both Reggie and Don Coscarelli were great. They were awesome. I've seen that. I've seen that clip. Let me see if I can find. That's a good clip. Let me see if I can find it. That's a very good clip. Dick Miller putting Corey Feldman in his place on the set of The Burbs. That is so cool. Here it is. Okay, hold on. Let me get it queued up here. Oh, God. This is a good one. The late, great Dick Miller, who I got to meet once, putting Corey Feldman in his place on the set of The Burbs.
What else could you do with those shoes?
Shut the fuck up, kid. We're trying to do some action.
There you go. Let's watch that again.
What else could you do with those shoes?
Shut the fuck up, kid. We're trying to do some action.
Shut the F up, kid. We're trying to do some acting. Oh, God. Dick Miller. Oh, I love Dick Miller. When I had Dick Miller signed my Howling poster, and I took it to get Dee Wallace to sign it at a convention last year, when she put it on the table and unrolled it, she looked at Dick Miller's signature and she kind of paused for a minute. And her manager was like, whose scribbly name is that? And she goes, that's Dick Miller. So like I like to think she had a moment where she was like, oh yeah, I miss that man. But never handsome. That's an old story. Yeah. Oh God. That's an old story. Tell the story of when you met Chris Sarandon again. Oh man. Okay. So I met Chris Sarandon. It was at a Mad Monster party. And I love The Sentinel. I think The Sentinel is a great movie. And he had like a huge table full of stuff, but like not even one picture from The Sentinel. And I was just like, nothing from The Sentinel? And he was like, sorry, man. And I was like, I said, I love The Sentinel, man. And he was just like, yeah. He's like ready for me to go. I was like, oh man, really? Nothing from The Sentinel? And he goes, come on, man, you're killing me. And I was just like, all right. So I always swore if I ever see him at another convention, I'm going to be like, still no Sentinel stuff? There was a funny thing. There was another funny, somebody walked by his table, and they were shooting video. They were just shooting video of the con. And I do that at every convention too. And, somebody walked by his table and he thought that they had either taken a picture of him or shot video of him. And like, he was like, go get it. Go get that person. Go get that person. He wanted the convention. It was either somebody working for his manager or like a convention volunteer to literally run after that person and like, I guess confiscate their phone. But like he like threw a fit on this person. Go get that. Go get that. They took my picture, blah, blah, blah. It's like, dude, you're at a convention. That's why you're here. This is true. Feldman there's a part of me that really feels kind of sorry for that guy. Cause I mean, like, look at his career as a kid and the people that he worked with and all the box office hits that he was in. And then like, you get to age 18 or 21 and it's like, yeah, your career's over now. Your best days are behind you. Your best days were when you were 8. Like, how do you, I don't know how you deal. I don't know how you process that, like normal people, 18 or 21, they're starting their careers. Their lives are launching. And like, but for like a child star, like, but when you hit adulthood, your career is over. You're done. So, I mean, and if you know his story, he had a lot. I mean, there was a lot going on in his childhood that messed him up. But I mean, just imagine the additional trauma of being like, wow, like my best days are when I was a child. Like, I don't know. It's weird. Read up on Corey's Angels. Yeah, I've heard about the Corey's Angels stuff. That guy. Yeah, Dick Miller was a legend. There's no doubt about it. No doubt about it. I would have loved to have met Corey Haim. I would have loved to have met him. Yeah. And he seemed like, just he had his demons and he had his issues, but it seemed like he kind of came out the other end and was, normal's not the right word, but actually, I would have loved to have met Corey Haim. Oh yeah, I forgot about they made a documentary about Dick Miller. Yeah. Forgot about that. Will we ever get a Phantasm 4K box set with all the movies? I've heard things. I've heard things. Dee Wallace, I've never been hugged so hard. She was so nice to Jeremy. When Jeremy met her at Scarefest last year, she was so nice to him. And that was, Jeremy, that was like, if not number one, way near the top of the list of people he wanted to meet. She was so nice to him. So nice to him. And then when I ran into her at a convention a couple of months later, I mentioned her. I was like, hey, you were really nice to my brother. And I was like, he's wanted to meet you for a long time, and you were so nice to him and so sweet to him and blah, blah, blah. And she looked me right in the eyes and she goes, you tell him I said hello. I was like, okay. I don't think Rob Bottin kind of fell off the map. He went into isolation. Nobody knows whatever happened to him, do they? Yes, Dick Miller was in a ton of stuff. Oh, he did attend a screening of The Howling at the New Beverly Center many years ago. It's interesting, yeah. He just kind of of his own volition, of course. He just kind of fell off the map and disappeared, and I don't know. It'd be interesting to catch up with him. Be interested. I'd love to have him on the channel and talk. Just talk. Where is Severin's Opera 4K? Good question. Oh, Severin's Opera 4K is coming 2024. There you go. Question answered. Did getting your BF a roll in The Howling is always a fun story. I mean, she's E.T.'s mom. She had a lot of pull, She had a lot of pull. Yes, Bottin is a recluse. Yes, he is. Very talented guy. He had so much more of his talents to share. Wonder what he's doing now. He's probably like a carpenter now. He works with his hand. He probably works on boats. He probably builds boats. That's probably what he does now. If you're not following me on Twitch, give me a follow on Twitch. We're going to be doing some watch parties there, not just for Silent Night, Bloody Night, but for some other holiday Christmas horror movies as well. Definitely Santa's Sleigh. We're going to do that one. And some others. Don't you worry. Maybe Black Christmas. Maybe the first Black Christmas remake. Maybe the second Black Christmas remake, too. So, because that one is truly beloved. Derek Jana, what's up, man? How you doing? Finding more engraving supplies. They didn't know they were dating, so when the producers called his house, he picked up. That's a good indicator that there's something going on there. Yeah, I saw the Terrifier 3 teaser. I saw it. Rob Bottin did the effects for Seven and Deep Rising. I forgot he did them for Seven. Those effects are good. Those effects are good. Ah, you got the Santa Claus. All right, man. I hope you enjoy. Doing good, Derek. Doing good. Just chilling. If you guys haven't dropped a like on the stream, please do so. Thank you for 85 likes on YouTube. Very kind of you. I remember you asking Sarandon why there wasn't any pics for Bordello of Blood and where was the guitar from. Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah. He needed to bring that guitar from Bordello of Blood. Yeah. So yeah, I definitely I broke poor Chris Sarandon. Broke the poor guy. Oh, what'd you get from Vinegar Syndrome, Derek? Somebody asked me the other day when the Black Friday stuff from Vinegar Syndrome and Severin were going to be shipping, and I have no idea. Does anybody know? If you smoke weed, I'll follow. Are you saying that I should smoke weed right now, or are you asking me if I smoke weed? Oh, at all. Do I smoke weed at all? I have in the past. I'll put it that way. I have in the past. But it's the devil's lettuce. It's a gateway drug. You just smoke one marijuana cigarette, and within 48 hours you're smoking crack. It's proven, and then your life's over. So listen. Leave the devil's lettuce alone, because it's a gateway to the devil's dandruff. It's a gateway to the devil's rock. Actually, crack would be like the devil's kidney stones. So just avoid it all. That's right. Reefer Madness was 100% on point. VS has been shipping for a week. Severin, good luck. Well, Severin, I got an email from Severin, like a thank you email. I mean, it was a mass one, just thanking everybody for purchasing. Basically they just said, like, we're working on getting everything together, so we'll see. I've not gotten anything from Vinegar Syndrome though about my stuff being shipped though. Smoking leads to romance movies. I am high right now. He had a lot of Fright Night. He had a lot of Nightmare Before Christmas. He had a lot of Princess Bride. But yeah, no Sentinel and no Bordello of Blood. That's a good question, Norman. I don't know. Crack Rock has been MIA for a while. I'm concerned about the guy. I'm thinking he's probably doing some time. So once he's, once he's served his time, he'll be back, I'm sure. Once he's paid for his crimes, he'll be back. Hopefully it's a short sentence. He's been MIA for a while. I don't know. Crack Rock, if you're out there, what's the deal? Severance pricing it's up there. It's up there. But their releases are good. What was that Dario Argento one? Gosh, I've got brain fog tonight. Damn, what was the Dario Argento one they did not long ago? It was very expensive, but you know, it was good. I liked it. Oh, I can do text to speech. Let me see if this works. Hold on.
Jason Bainey, Delirium Magazine, says, Severance pricing is too much for my bank account. Shipping is all over the place.
Wow, I had no idea I had that. Wow, this has added a whole new dimension to my streaming. Let's see what it does with one of these. Nothing. If it's just emojis, it does nothing. Wow.
Slasher Home Video says, the legend of crack rock continues.
It's true. Wow. This has added a whole new dimension to my streaming.
Beyond the Void Horror Podcast says, is this where Piz breaks out into a song?
Wow. I do need a Jeremy. Hold on.
Verisimilitude 86 says, you need a Jeremy pin, Piz.
I do need a Jeremy pin. I do. That's true. I do. This is incredible. This is just incredible.
Slasher Home Video says, oh wow.
Wow. I'm just going to do this with like every comment. This is incredible. I love this.
Jason Bainey, Delirium Magazine, says, 4 flies.
Yeah, 4 flies on gravy. That was a great release. It was very pricey, but I didn't, I felt like I didn't have buyer's remorse. And I don't think I'll have buyer's remorse from the De La Morte De La More bundle. But, oh, by the way, the De La Morte De La More bundle has a button, I believe. Or a pin, I think. I know it comes with that, the snow globe, which was very cool. So.
Slasher Home Video says, Piz cracked the code. You never have to even talk now.
I'm just going to mute myself for the rest of this stream.
Future Dead Cumber says, you now have too much power, Piz. Dale from Shelby says, what's the headline on this video about? I got here late. Joe Reese says, is the church that Severin is releasing, is it any good? Slasher Home Video says, I wonder if you can change the voice up. You could get Tony Todd's voice.
That I'm going to look into. That I will look into. Could you imagine? Wow. Here we go. Here's a good one.
Nicomedes Santiago says, Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
Wow. I had no idea the power at my fingertips until tonight. Wow. Incredible. Absolutely incredible. Oh, man. Let me see. Let me find a good one here. Oh, wait a minute.
Ash ZA says, who is this crack rock? Keep hearing them mentioned.
Crack Rock, Big Crack Rock was a staple of a lot of people's live streams, but he would always show up on mine. And he's just a cool guy. He's just a cool guy, and we're all worried about him. We're all worried about him.
Derek Jana says, denim and power over a voice, oh boy.
Well, I think the denim speaks for itself. When you see a man wearing denim, particularly lots of denim, that means he's dangerous. Okay? That just tells you he's dangerous.
The Daily Ghost Registered says, La wila nuku nukuli oi.
The Daily Ghost Registered. Oh
Beyond
Lord.
the Void Horror Podcast says, if you jump into a black hole, your mass energy will be returned to our universe but in a mangled form which contains the information about what you were like.
Wow. Wow. I don't have an Art the Clown pin. Crack rock only shows in a time of need.
Dale from Shelby says, Jeremy rules.
He does. And he knows it too. He knows he rocks.
Ben Grimm says, shit bricks.
Oh, it even says bad words. Wow. Somebody said something about music. If my guitar wasn't out of tune, I might play us a... But my guitar's out of tune. Oh yeah, see. Let me see if where was the Jeremy note? Let's see if I can find it. Jasmine. Oh. Somewhere around there. But yeah, if it weren't if it wasn't out of tune, I'd maybe play us a tune, but it's out of tune. Sing it again for us real quick.
Summer breeze, aging to know. Jasmine, oh.
Jasmine. Pretty good. Sing it. Perfect timing, Nico. Perfect timing.
Nico Meads Santiago has donated $5 and says Piz is now the danger. The denim demon will dominate us all.
This is true. Thank you, Nico. I appreciate that very much. Very kind of you, sir. Let's see what she does with this one.
Beyond the Void Horror Podcast says, LOL.
Oh. I didn't know if she'd go LOL or LOL. LOL.
Slasher Home Video says, I have become self-aware. Bow down to your new master.
Oh, Lord have mercy. Oh, my God.
Verisimilitude 86 says, keep pitsin'.
Pitsin. Let's see if I can find the Keep Pizzin' song. Oh, here it is. Here we go. Hold on, here we go.
Alright, streamers. You know what time it is. Keep on pizzing, baby.
All right, that's all. That's all we get. That's all we get. Wow. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Let's see what she does here.
Ash CA says, lol.
There we go. There it is. Lol. Piz, what happened to more stories from the guy who you knew who always had great advice? Well, I don't know if it was great advice, but he offered me a lot of mostly advice about women that I don't know. Well, okay, so this guy was so this guy gave me the advice about if you want to get laid, get yourself a wedding ring. That was his advice to me. That was one of his pieces of advice to me. If you want to get laid, get yourself a wedding ring. But he was married at the time. And it was so funny because like, I think, I don't know, maybe I'm getting too deep here, but I think the only reason why he got married to this woman was because she was pretty and because she was like desirable by like other guys drooled after her. But I don't think they really had that much in common. They didn't seem to really like each other that much. He didn't seem to like her very much, but she was very attractive and she knew that like, you know, other guys found her very attractive. But anyway, so he would take his wedding ring off, put it on the table and hit it. So like if something came up and he wanted like, you know, to go play ball or to hang out with us or whatever, but he couldn't because he already made plans with the wife or because she was complaining that he was already spending too much time with us or whatever, he'd take the wedding ring off, put it on the table and he'd hit it. I saw him do that. I don't know how many times. I always thought it was so funny. He got divorced, of course. But so yeah, so one time we were playing cards. He didn't want his wife to know that he smoked. Well, she knew that he smoked, but he didn't want her to catch him smoking. So one day we were playing cards. And at the time I smoked, and, you know, he was smoking and here comes the wife. I already had a cigarette. He literally threw his lit cigarette at me and was like, it's yours. Tell her it's yours. So I took my cigarette that I already had and put it in the ashtray pointing at me. And I picked his up and put it between my fingers. So she walks down. So she looks at us and she instantly knows. She goes, smoking 2 cigarettes tonight, Justin. And I went, huh. So she walked away. The wedding ring came off. He put it on the table. He hit it. He knew he was in trouble. So yeah, he gave me some other advice. I don't know if I can, share some of it here. But yeah, he was big on relationship advice. Even though he didn't appear to be, well, not relationship advice, but like getting laid advice. That's what his big thing was. He had a lot of, yeah. I need to get him to come on the show. I need to get him to come on the channel. He wouldn't do it. He wouldn't do it though. He wouldn't do it. Oh, wow. He doesn't know what he doesn't. We've not talked in a long time, so he doesn't know anything about this. But if he was watching this, he'd go, "That was me. That was me." So he was an interesting guy. Any news? No new news on Mutilator 2. No new news on Mutilator 2. But as soon as I hear something, I will let all y'all know. Nico, take care, man. Have a good night.
Future Dead Cumber says, what has he found in the Book of the Dead? Probably nothing. But just possibly, a doorway to another world. Evil Ash says, let's let the text-to-speech have this one. PPPOOPOO dingleberry doo-doo. Says a woo.
She got tongue-tied on that one. Can you play the Suspiria tune on your guitar? No. I have heard the first Jason band by Ari Lehman. When I met Ari Lehman at a convention years ago, he gave me the CD. And I remember listening to it in the car on the way home, and I was digging it. I was digging it. Any thoughts on the last Kiss show? Is it really the last, though? Is it really the last? Haven't they done a number of farewell tours in the past? Haven't they done a number of last shows? As long as there's money to be made, Gene Simmons is not going to retire. It hasn't Motley Crue done like several farewell tours too? So get him to do a Valentine's show. Oh my God. And just give out totally unsolicited advice to everybody. That would be funny. That would be funny. Mr. Poger Boy, hello. How are you? Oh, goodness. Tonight's been a fun stream. And this text-to-speech thing is giving me way too much enjoyment, way too much excitement tonight. So if we learned anything from tonight's stream, physical media is the only way to truly own a piece of media. Okay? Digitally purchased media is not ownership. All right? Physical media. Always go physical. Always go physical. We learned, possibly learned about some lesser known Christmas horror movies that you guys should add to your list. The text-to-speech thing, of course, just mind-blowing, absolutely mind-blowing, this technology, this AI. Wow, it's incredible. And yeah, so I think we've had a fun little stream. Hope you guys enjoyed. Are there any other questions you'd like to ask before we call tonight? Anything on your mind? Anything I can... any advice I can bestow, any advice I can bestow.
Future Dead Cumber says, let's get physical.
That should be, I need to get a cover of the Let's Get Physical song and Let's Get Physical media. And I'm sorry, I've got to make a run to the bathroom again. I'll be all right. Sorry about that.
Dale from Shelby says, I love my physical media collection.
As you should. Cherish it.
Verisimilitude 86 says, great stream Piz.
Got to keep those electrolytes up, people. Got to keep those electrolytes up. Do you think we'll get a sequel from TCM sequel from Netflix? I'm kind of surprised that I actually asked Mark, the guy who played Leatherface in the Netflix Chainsaw. I met him at a convention earlier this year, and I asked him if there was going to be a sequel. And hold on, I'm getting a booty call. All right, bring the Cavassier. All right. All right. Sorry about that. Proud owner of 1,800.
Derek Jenna says, proud owner of almost 1,800 physical movies.
Wow. Nice. Oh, we've got Joe Trone here. Hello, Piz. First time catching this live. Usually listen to it on my way to work Mondays. Just got home from seeing Godzilla -1. I loved it. Quite possibly my favorite movie this year. Very cool. Yep, I'm looking forward to seeing it. I've heard nothing but good things. So, I've met Doug Bradley a couple of times, JK. I've never met Clive Barker, but I've met Doug Bradley a couple times.
El Chewy Gringo says, fun stream as always Piz, thanks for the entertainment and everybody have a great week.
Yes. Well, thank you very much, El Chewy Gringo. And I too hope everybody has a great week. Let's go ahead and just call it a night there, I guess. We've been streaming for 2 hours and 40 minutes. This has turned into a longer Sunday night stream. But I hope everybody had fun. Hope everybody enjoyed themselves. So let me do some shout outs here and then we will call it a night. So let's see. Shout out to Ash. Shout out to Roth Sothy. Shout out to Nocturnal 91 and Eerie Spirit and Astro Juicy for tuning in over on Twitch. Thank y'all for hanging out with me over on Twitch. Again, if you're not following me on Twitch, do so. That's where we're going to be doing the watch parties this month. Let's see who's with over on YouTube. Shout out to Nico for the $10 super chat and the $5 super chat. Shout out to Horror Orman for the $2. Shout out to Taco Bella Lugosi for the $1.99. Shout out to Franco for the 10 PEN. Shout out to Future Dead Camper for being a channel member for 15 months. Wow. Shout out to the Daily Ghost for the $5. And let's see who's still with me here. What about Kick? Who was with me over on Kick tonight? We had I Am Not a Boat who hung out with me over on Kick tonight. Who's still with me on YouTube? We got The Daily Ghost. We got Punisher Batman fan Usu. We got Future Dead Camper. We got Blair Hathaway, Richard C., Derek Jana, Verisimilitude, Dan Shine, Dell from Shelby, Victor Crowley Customs, Sam Crow, El Chuy Gringo, JK Adam NC, Joe Trone, Dylan, Bryce Bourne, Mr. Poger Boy, David Andriana, Bog Zombie, Evil Ash, Slasher Home Video, Ben Grimm, Beyond the Void Horror Podcast, Wise Guy 100, Caleb Croft. Yeah, thank y'all for hanging out with me tonight. I appreciate it. It's been a lot of fun. Have a great... I don't want to go. Got to end the party sometime. And yes, save elves. Let's see what she does with this one.
Slasher Home Video says, #save elves.
Let's do that again.
Slasher Home Video says, #save elves.
Yes, let's get that hashtag trending. We need to save elves. Let's see what she does with this. Nothing. Nothing. All right, thank you all again for hanging out. Have a great rest of your Sunday night and a great start to your week. Take care, and until next time, peace.